What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to be taking a look at some absolutely top quality Japanese TAMASABA. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out those links in the description below and make sure you check out our sponsors. As I mentioned, today we're going to be looking at some absolutely world-class show quality TAMASABA. Now this video has originally been filmed by Matsukura Koi Export, so I have to give them all of the kudos for filming this, and I've actually just filmed my narration over the top of their video. I saw this on YouTube and thought, what a great example of TAMASABA. Let's take a little deep dive into this video. So I'll put the link down in the description to the original video, and I'm just going to do my narration over the top. Hopefully you guys are used to that. So these fish are actually from Marushin Koi Farm, which is in the Niigata Prefecture of Japan. Now I've actually been to the Niigata Prefecture myself, and I can't remember if I visited this koi farm or not, but they also don't just produce the koi, they produce the TAMASABA as well. And for those of you who don't know, I've done quite a few videos on TAMASABA because I'm really starting to like them. I really like the Ryukin goldfish, and the TAMASABA are sort of an older generation, slightly larger quality and size of fish compared to the Ryukin. They're a little bit stronger, a little bit have better health, for example, and they just do better in the pond environment, and they can get quite large and be really impressive fish. So without further ado, let's get this video on the screen and let's check out these amazing fish. So now you will be able to see we are at Marushin Koi Farm, and we are not going to be looking at the koi today as I mentioned, but we are going to be looking at their absolutely stunning TAMASABA that they have on offer. Now I believe this is an auction day where members of the public can come round, look at the fish in the vats, the blue vats that you'll see on the screen now, and actually select fish and bid for them in these auctions. Then they will be able to take them home and keep them in their private collections, or potentially use them as future breeders, or do whatever they want with them, for example. So you'll see that there are multiple blue vats which generally hold around the 1,000 litre mark of water. Normally are stocked with lots of fish. There are no filters on them, but normally they have different air stones to keep the water full of oxygen and allow the water quality to be of an okay degree. But these fish aren't going to be in there that long. Generally they're kept in there for a day maximum, sometimes even 2 days, but most of the time it is a lot less than that. Now you'll see there is a very large range of TAMASABA. We have some with short tails, some with long tails. They are also mostly red and white. You never really see calico TAMASABA. I'm not sure if there are calico TAMASABA out there, but the majority of them are the red and the white TAMASABA, similar to the top view Japanese Ranchu. Now the TAMASABA are a lot hardier, and generally they are used for pond fish rather than aquarium fish. Now you could keep them in a tank like this. It would look absolutely stunning with maybe 20 large TAMASABA in, but generally if you're keeping pond fish and you're keeping fish that are outside all year round, I would look at the TAMASABA in particular. You'll notice that the Japanese really love to focus on the red and the white, as these are the colors within their flag, and these are sort of their main colors that they look for, and they are main colors that are in the Go Sankey, which are the Kahaku, Sankey and Showa, and these are the top 3 koi fish that the Japanese love to breed and really focus on and do best at the shows. And you can see this has been followed through onto the TAMASABA as well, and we've got those red and white fish. Now hopefully throughout this video we'll have some more close-ups of the fish and really get to look at the body structure, body shapes, and the ways that these fish have been bred and developed. But I believe these are a really old strain of goldfish, and they date back hundreds of years, where breeders have slightly changed them over the years, and they have also changed them from the original Crassus auratus, which is the common goldfish that you'll find in many garden centres, and these have been slightly morphed out of those. Now, they aren't as extreme as something like a Ryukin with a really large hump, or have long veiled tails, for example. Generally, they are quite a standardised fancy goldfish and have quite, I believe, a strict set of rules that the Japanese breeders follow, and they try not to mutate them too much more than they are. I believe they do try to compact the body shapes a little bit more, get a little bit more rounder out of the bellies, and a bit more height and structure into these fish, but generally they are very similar over the years, and they haven't changed hugely in comparison to some fish like our Thai ranchu and our Chinese ranchu, for example. And if you're looking for a hardy fish, something that's going to be strong, live outdoors year round, which was a fish I did consider for my outdoor pond, then Tamasaba are definitely something to look at. You'll notice from the selection of all of these fish, we can actually see some black ones here. Now, I don't know if these are black Tamasaba and they will stay their true self, or they may molt like the majority of fancy goldfish do, but we'll notice that they are fairly standardized, as I mentioned, and they don't really differ too much. Now, those black Tamasaba were really cool, and if they don't molt, that will be a new one for me, because I haven't personally seen those myself, but they would be quite nice to have a little contrast in a pond or in a tank, especially if you've got a nice green algae carpet, for example. We can see that they are a little bit more speedy, a little bit quicker through the water in comparison to our larger, chunkier counterparts like the ranchu and the oranda, and they've got a little bit more strength and vigor about them. You'll also notice on these in particular that the reds and whites are really crisp. Now, the Japanese have really nice pH water, nothing that is too hard, and it's quite soft, so generally the quality of the skin and luster of these fish are exceptional. And actually on the screen we've just had some stunning calicos, and this is a first for me. I've never seen calicos or the blacks, so that is awesome to see that they do other varieties of Tamasaba. And going off that, I think if you've got a reasonable sized pond, something of 1,000 litres or more, these would be an absolutely awesome fish to mix in with the different colours, different sizes. So now we're having a little bit of a close-up. I believe these fish are placed in these small buckets and bowls because they go as a lot instead of one fish on its own in the auction, and you'll bid on this lot of fish, so there'll be 3 fish in a bowl, for example, and we'll see that the quality is lovely on these fish. Really good quality. Whites and reds, as I mentioned, absolutely stunning. Beni quality, which is the red, and Shiroji, which is the white, and that is the Japanese terms for them. Now, I think we've come to the end of the day for this auction, and all of the fish have been looked through. Now, I've slowed this video down a little bit so we can get a little bit more footage out of it, but once the auction has been conducted, the fish are then removed, bagged up, and then given to their new owners. Absolutely beautiful quality fish though, and I'd really love to own some of these one day, and I really thank the original content creator that actually filmed this auction day for us, because without it we wouldn't see it on the channel. But we're just going to finish up the footage here with some stunning red and white Tamasaba and absolutely amazing views of the Niigata prefecture. So I hope you enjoyed that video on the Tamasaba. Not too long. I think we are going to be having another Tamasaba video in the near future. I really like these varieties, as I said. If you want me to feature any varieties in particular on the channel, I know I had lots of good feedback about the Shogun Oranda that we did in particular, so maybe I'll do a few more videos like that where we start to focus on different varieties and do real in-depth guides. If that's something you want to see, then let me know in that comment section down below. Or if you want to have your tank or your goldfish setup featured on the channel, we can put it into the Rate My Tank series or our Tank Tour series. So if you want that to happen, pop me an email down below at fancygoldfishfanatics@gmail.com and we can get your setup on the channel. So that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, but as always, thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.